You're looking live at Comic-Con's K2 Squash in Berwyn, Pennsylvania for the second annual battle between the greats of squash past and the promising talent of squash future right now on the NSL YouTube channel. Hey there, folks. My name is Jackson Bragman, getting you set for this afternoon's matchup between Team Legends versus the Young Guns, Team NSL All Stars. Here at K2, we have two former world number ones, two former world champions in the house. This afternoon, we have the hardest hitter of the squash ball in history in the building. The trick shot king is here. One of the brightest rising stars in the U.S. squash ranks is taking the court here this afternoon from K2 as we're moments away from introductions and getting this matchup underway. Taking a look at the players taking the court here. It was hugely successful when we had this Legends exhibition last year right here at K2. And we're getting set for year two with some of the same participants, some new faces. Returning Nick Matthew, of course, the three-time world champion, the greatest British squash player of all time, 10-time British national champion, former world number one, the Wolf. He was in action last year at the Legends exhibition match, and he was fired up for that matchup. Competitive as ever, now into his mid-40s, a few years removed from the end of his pro playing career. He's going to be hungry to bring a second straight W home to the Legends this year. It came down to the final point in the third period. We were knotted up at one period apiece, and then the third period ended up deciding it with a tied score as time expired on the clock. Nick Matthew winning that final point over Colombia's Matias Knudsen, who will also be back in action here tonight from K2 as we see fans filing in. BG Lennon on the center left of your screen, your master of ceremonies for this evening. Speaking of Legends, we have perhaps the greatest player in the history of our game in the building tonight, Cameron Pilley, who's going to help us out with a special ceremony coming up in a few moments right after player introductions. Can't wait for this exhibition after a successful outing last year and a successful 2025 NSL season, as there you see Mr. Khan in the house to see what is really the start of season 3 of the National Squash League. 2 seasons in the books. Philadelphia Lightning winning the men's NSL title this past June at the Arlen Specter U.S. Squash Center. The Philadelphia Freedom winning the inaugural women's title, adding 2 more women's teams to the NSL this year, expanding out to 6. We will once again have 9 teams on the men's side for the 2026 NSL season. Should be absolutely electric. The draft coming up this January in Cleveland, Ohio. We'll have more details for you on that soon. And we're going to throw down now on the court to BG Lemon. Making it happen here from K2 Squash in Berwyn. Take it away, BG.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this presentation of the National Squash League. Before we introduce our players today, it's my privilege to welcome for the opening of the court and the ceremonial first shot, an absolute squash legend, Cameron Khan. Give it up for Asim Khan and the K2 squash team. So we're here today to present the second chapter of the NSL All Stars versus the Legends of the Game. This match today is presented by One Squash World Foundation, which is both a local and global squash organization based here out of America. Now, if you missed last year's matchup between these two, it was the first NSL match that came down to a sudden death point in the third period. After being down for the entire match and being the underdogs, the Legends came home, won the final point, and were victorious. The NSL All Stars have retooled their lineup a little bit, but the Legends have done the same, and I have no doubt that today we're in for a treat in this second chapter. So without further ado, let's welcome on the NSL All Stars. Coaching today for the NSL All Stars, originally from Sweden, he is a two-time All-Mid-Atlantic squash player from Drexel. Please welcome Fritjof Jacobson. And now for the players. Up first, from Greenwich, Connecticut, he's a one-time captain of the University of Pennsylvania squash team, a two-time national champion, and a three-time first-team All-American. He's also a two-time PSA winner and a member of the Lake Erie Beacons. Please welcome Nick Spizzirri. Up next, from Lahore, Pakistan, he is an 11-time winner on the PSA Tour, a current world number 73, and a member of the Chicago Grizzlies. Please welcome Asim Khan. And finally, still licking his wounds from losing that sudden death point last year, from Bogota, Colombia, he is a 6-time winner on the PSA Tour, the current world number 53, and known as the power play specialist for the Louisville Colts. Please welcome Matias, the spin bender, Knudsen. And now let's welcome your returning champs, the Legends of the Game. Coaching for the Legends today, from Brantford, Connecticut, he's a 3-time PSA Tour winner. He's the winner of the prestigious Skillman Award while at Yale University, and he's not only the co-founder of the National Squash League, but he's the current CEO. Please welcome Spencer Lovejoy. And now for the players. Up first, from New South Wales, Australia, he's a 13-time winner on the PSA Tour, a former world number 11, and the current number 6 on the doubles tour. He's sort of known for holding the world record for hardest hit ball ever, but he's better known as the head coach of the Greenwich Panthers. Please welcome Cameron Pilley. Up next, from the beautiful French island Réunion, he's a 23-time winner on the PSA Tour. He's a former world champion and world number 1. He's an 11-time French national champion and the current coach at MIT. Please welcome Thierry Lincou. And last, but certainly not least, still riding high from winning the Final Point last year, he is a 35-time winner on the PSA Tour, a 3-time world champion. He's the current head of squash at Berkshire, but he is known as one of the greatest to ever hold a squash racket. Please welcome to court, Nick the Wolf Matthew. And now it is my pleasure to welcome the founder of K2 Squash and the One World Squash Foundation, Cameron Khan.
It's an honor to be the founder of the One World Squash, and I'd like to thank everyone who came here and make this event special. One World Squash, my vision was to get everyone together and accessible for everyone. Doesn't matter who is from which countries, US, Pakistan, whatever it is, and I want them to have this privilege to play this game because I love this game. I always played this game since I was a child until I become a coach. I still play. I'd like to thank All Stars and the Legends to be part of this special event and make it special. And I'd like to thank Cameron Khan to be here all the way from Pakistan. And it's an honor for One World Squash that Cameron Khan accepted this role as he's the president of One World Squash. Thank you so much.
Let's get started.
Well, there you have it. The Legends, the All Stars. Some final remarks from BG here before we get underway. It looks like it's going to be Pilley and Spizzirri to kick things off for their respective
Now, for those
teams.
of you that have never seen a national squash league match before, let me tell you about some of the rules. This is very different than the traditional 3 out of 5 squash league. Instead, it's 3 periods. The first period is going to be 20 minutes, the second period is 20 minutes, and the third period is 30 minutes long. It's a running clock the entire time. So typical scores of periods is 24 to 17, 31 to 21. If some of the players are playing really badly, you might get a 50-point period. That has happened before in the NSL. The difference between this league is you also have substitutions and power plays. So you'll see the All Stars have 2 substitutions in the first period, 2 substitutions in the second period, 4 substitutions in the third period. The Legends, because we really like them, they get as many substitutions as they want to get. Legends will also get the power play. Now, for the juniors out there, you're going to see some shots today that your coaches will tell you to never hit in a match. That is because when the power play is called, it is the only time, it is the only thing that happens in racket sports where one player can score a point and the other team can't. So if you see any of the coaches waving this red flag, that means for the next 2 minutes, only one team can score. And when that happens, you will see some of these players going for shots that you have never seen before. And usually they don't go for it because the risk reward isn't there. But in the NSL format, it is the right time to go for those crazy shots you always dream of. So we'll see how these guys do today. But stay tuned for an incredible match, but especially look out for the power plays.
BG, what a pro. Getting us all set for NSL action here. It's been a few months since the finals, so exciting for us to be getting back into NSL action, seeing the NSL format, which is highly explosive. quick pace. Should be extra quick pace today, as you heard from BG. Unlimited subs for the Legends to maybe even playing field out just a little bit. The All Stars will have 2 substitutions in the first 2 periods, which will be 20 minutes each. And in the third and final period, the All Stars will have 4 substitutions. You heard BG talking about the power plays. The Young Guns are not going to have any power plays here in these first 2 periods. Only the Legends are going to have a power play in periods number 1 and period number 2. And then in the third period, both teams will have a 2-minute power play at their disposal, on which they will be the only team that can score. And on the power play, no substitutions are allowed for either team. On your left, Cameron Pilley, former world number 11. He, of course, holds the record for the hardest hit squash ball in history, 177 miles per hour for Mr. Pilley, who is widely considered to be the greatest squash player to never make it inside the world top 10.
Who's serving?
Pilley has 7 all-time wins over Mohamed El Sharbaghi, who's, for my money, one of the 5 greatest players to ever play our game. So, quite a resume for Mr. Pilley in terms of PSA titles, in terms of competing with top players in the world, always challenging players at the top of the rankings. Nick Spizzirri for the All Stars to return serve. We'll tell you about him in just a second, but we are underway here from K2. It's an early error from Spizzirri, trying to work his way into this opening period. A recent graduate of the University of Pennsylvania. He's a 3-time All-American at Penn. Helped the Quakers to 2 national championships under the tutelage of one Francis Gill, Penn Bartlett Lane, Gilly Lane, who's not only one of the most prominent squash coaches here in the U.S., one of the best coaches in the college squash ranks, but he's also turned himself into a bit of a media mogul as Mr. Lane, as there's a tight squeeze from Spizzirri to get on the board here for the All-Stars. Gilly, the host, or well, co-host, I should say, of the world's number 1 college squash podcast, Squash University, alongside yours truly. Now available wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, iHeart. Check it out wherever you get your podcast, Squash University. Spizzirri has been certainly a topic of discussion on that show, being one of the prominent players in college squash these past few seasons. Now joining the pro ranks. He made it to the finals of U.S. Nationals last season. Beat NSL Commissioner Spencer Lovejoy in the semifinals. Lost out to Timmy Brownell in the finals. A little frame winner for Mr. Spizzirri. The apology and the cheeky smile as he draws even here with Pilley. 2 minutes into this afternoon's contest here at K2. But a U.S. Nationals finalist this past summer, represented Team USA at the Pan American Games about a month after that. Certainly one of the rising stars in the U.S. squash ranks. These 2 very tall individuals, you can't quite tell because next to each other, there's not a major height discrepancy, but each of these guys around 6'3", 6'4". So it'll be interesting to see if we see high number of calls, if there's any traffic around the middle of the court. Pilley's done well to get some of these balls back, but Spizzirri showing some nice deception here from the front of the court. Once again, leaving that counter drop really close to the front wall. He's doing an excellent job of controlling this rally. Should get a huge confidence boost if he's able to end up winning this point. Oh, and there's the error finally from Pilley after a big-time rally. Once again, should be a huge vote of confidence for Spizzirri there. Once again, with the deception, a trickle boast from the midcourt. Can Spizzirri go on a bit of a run here? Pilley, 42 years old. He's the youngest member of the Legends team. Oh, once again, an excellent hold for poking that straight drive to the back left corner. And here comes a three-time world champ on the short list of the greatest squash players of the 21st century. It's the Wolf, Nick Matthew, from Sheffield, England. Retired in 2018, did Matthew, but we saw him in this format this time last year, and he was absolutely hanging with the young guys. He's probably the MVP for Team Legends last year. And early doors, he's on the board here against Spizzirri. Spizzirri, generally a very steady player, doesn't have an incredible amount of firepower on the racket, but his error rate is very low. And in terms of rallying up and down that backhand side, he can hang with pretty much anyone. Keeps that ball tight to the sidewall. And there you see the touch, that last rally. Exploding onto that counter drop into the front left. A nice piece of serving there to bring his team to a 3-point lead here as we're entering the midsection of this first period.
Stop the clock. Substitute for the Legends.
Tricky on the backhand drop.
Coming onto the court now, Matias Knudsen.
Here comes the 26-year-old from Bogota, Colombia. One of the most exciting players in the National Squash League these past 2 seasons. He represented the Derby City Colts in 2025 with the world number 54, Matias Knudsen, with that ever funky backhand swing. But it's undeniable. It certainly works for him. As we mentioned earlier, last year's exhibition between the Legends and the All Stars came down to the final points. And it was these two battling it out. Matthew ending up victorious and bringing victory home for the Legends. And early, Matias has gone for the top spin on the backhand. That's his signature shot. Kamikaze squash early here. And that's the excitement that Matias Knudsen brings to the National Squash League court. No power plays for the All Stars, unfortunately, here in these first 2 periods, but you better believe that when the All Stars go to their power play in the 3rd period, it's going to be Matias Knudsen who hears his name called. I don't think we have video referee. Here from K2. Cheeky for Matthew, who loves a good exhibition, but make no mistake, he wants to win. Last year, you saw John White here. He's having a bit of a laugh. Who's a competitor, but also, 51 years old. He's looking to have a good time, and he's looking to dazzle the crowd a little bit and go home. Matthew is a competitor through and through. I was looking through my old notes when commentating last year's Legends versus All Stars exhibition, and this time last year, Matias Knudsen was the 113th ranked player in the world, now up to 54. An incredible rise for Knudsen, a couple of years out of Drexel University, playing under the tutelage of one John White, another former world #1. So if Matias was 113 this time last year, that means he went up 59 ranking spots. Not great at math. I think that's correct, though. So in theory, Matias is on pace to be ranked -5 in the world 12 months from now. So we'll see what kind of trajectory Knudsen's on. He's just kind of looking to crack into those platinum events. He's right on the cusp of qualifying for the big tournament, still working his way through the Challenger Tour, won a big 15K a couple of months ago. Matias, of course, known for his trick shots. Definitely encourage you to check him out on Instagram. Some pretty spectacular stuff. He's had some pretty cool guest stars as well. Some of the legends of our game making some appearances, joining forces with Matias to get some of those trick shots done. So he's certainly the king of the trick shot, at least in the squash world. Here's a big rally between him and Matthew now. And Matthew really looks like he's breathing heavy after some big-time rallies. Matias with a little bit of a wrong footing there on the boast. On the flick. Bit of wrong footing. It just sat up a little bit too much in the front right. Matthew able to recover. We play on here. The NSL All Stars hanging on to a narrow 2-point lead. It's an error from Matthew trying to get the boast going here. I believe that was his first triple boast of the day. Matthew, one of the great volleyers in squash history, and uses a lot of height on front wall, as you've just seen there. He makes the error here before. The All-Stars elect to make their final substitution of this first period, which you'd imagine will be to bring on Asim Khan, the world number 75, the Pakistani number 3, who's waiting in the wings. They could, in theory, keep Mati out there or sub Spizzirri back on. That would be unconventional tactics here in the NSL. Lincou, unsurprisingly, hitting a clean ball. We'll see about his longevity, and that's a beautiful Lincou. Not quite enough to cut that inch-perfect lob off from the Colombian.
up 16-8.
Lincou, an 11-time French national champion, arguably the greatest Frenchman of all time. And there's a little tweener action from Mati. It's frantic here from K2. Lincou, if not one, he's two. It's between him and Gaultier for the greatest Frenchman of all time.
Stop the clock. We have the final substitution for the All Stars. Please welcome down to the court, Asim
But certainly
Khan.
deserving of that legend moniker. And here comes Khan, the member of the Chicago Grizzlies last season in the NSL.
9-16.
A team that is unfortunately winless in their franchise's history through the first two seasons of the NSL. The All-Stars up 16-9. But the Legends still with a power play in their back pocket here in period number 1. So it's certainly not over yet. But a couple big rallies coming up here. The power play must be called. Oh, touch there from the Frenchman. Power play must be called with over 4 minutes to go in the period. This is a rally and a half. Oh, Lincou. Really looking to cut the ball off here. Oh, that is pure class! Oh, Khan wants the stroke off what looked like a beautiful shot there from Lincou. It looks like it bounced twice before it came back to him. Oh, after a beautiful shot there from Lincou. I think you got to give him his flowers there, but the ref, merciless. Awards Khan's stroke. The All-Stars now out to an 8-point lead. Legends are going to have to make something happen here. Power play could be in order. Oh, shot. What a kill.
Both a substitution and our first One World Squash power play of the afternoon.
And here comes Pistol Pilley for the power play. It's a great way to go out there from Lincou. A gorgeous forehand kill into the front right, Nick.
Only Cameron can score, and Asim has to defend. We'll see if he can make up the difference in this lead in these next 2 minutes.
That was a huge point to draw the Legends back. It's only a 7-point deficit.
You can serve it any side, anytime.
Pistol Pilley has 2 minutes here of power play squash. He can really throw the kitchen sink at Khan. There he is, walloping that ball into the back right. Oh, he's going for it. He's looking for the 3-wall boast, perhaps. Can't find it. Khan doing a great job absorbing pressure here. Oh, and that line, too perfect, too tight. Excellent weight of shot there from Pilley into the back right.
Stop. You have to wait for him to get this form. 11-17.
I don't know if that's true on the power play. I think it's on the returner to be ready. I'm not sure what the official rule is. It seems fluid, that rule. There's a little bit of gray area around the power play sometimes within the NSL. Of us adding the... Oh! Talk about perfect serve on the power play. Pilley finding the back Nick. I think he hit both Nicks. I think he hit the sidewall and the back Nick between the floor and the back glass. That was excellent. Smart from Pilley here, just guessing. Khan, a little cheeky. Looking to chew up some clock here. Should be a Strokenhausen there. So a 4-point power play thus far for Pilley. I believe this will be the last point in the power play, so no need for Pilley to rush here. Does he have one more? He does. Oh, that's a nice piece of touch there from Khan.
We now just have a minute and a half of just.
So now 90 seconds. The power play is over. And this is some major stalling from Khan. Not what we want to see. Pilley's going to have to be pretty perfect here in these next 70 seconds or so. Cannot give up the ghost or guest. Can't risk burying the ball in the tin. Ooh, a no lick given there. That's going to sting. Under a minute to play now. Khan really going to look to extend these rallies at this point. Khan guesses wrong. The deficit now down to 3. 15 seconds to go. Pilley's got to go quick if he wants a shot.
10 seconds.
Khan digging these balls back. And that's once again a great hold, great weight of shot into the back left, but it's too little too late for Pistol Pilley, the Aussie, with a good effort, but not quite enough. The NSL All Stars, victorious here in period number 1. They lead 1 point to love. The Legends are going to look to regroup here. Here's BG Lemon with the Colombian Matias Knudsen.
I did allude a little bit earlier. You were on the wrong end of that final point last year against Matthew. Is that part of your motivation today for coming back and trying to avenge that loss?
That's most of my motivation. I don't want to lose to Nick again. Last time I hit the tin, I did it to myself, so I have to avenge. I did my loss there. Hopefully today we can do it. They're very good, so keep going.
So you were the winner of the first National Squash League title with the New York Knights, and then last year with the Louisville Colts. How do you think the league, the National Squash League, is growing from the first to the second, and hopefully this third year?
The growth is insane. The amount of players that are coming into the league is crazy. Most of the people in the top 100 in the world for men and women are involved in the league. So it's definitely growing a ton. And I'm pretty sure each year new teams are going to keep coming up with more new players going to be coming in, and it's going to end up being the most competitive league in the world.
Awesome. All right, well, good luck today, all right?
driving the most important initiatives for the growth of squash in the United States.
To start this second period, we have an up-and-rising junior from Pakistan here to play on behalf of the All Stars against the Legends. He is a Pakistani junior national champ. please welcome to the court, Asim Khan. And he'll be taking on to start Cameron Pilley. We will have this matchup for the first 5 minutes of the second period.
Welcome back to K2 Squash here for this contest between the NSL Legends and the NSL All Stars. Cameron Pilley, one of the great Aussies in squash history, Commonwealth gold medalist, the former world number 11, one of the great players in the history of our game to never be ranked inside the top 10. Taking the court here for the Legends. And he's taking on Azam Ali, who's filling in here for the Young Guns, the NSL All Stars, a Pakistani junior national champion. Playing some honorary minutes here in this exhibition contest alongside Matias Knudsen, Nick Spizzirri, and Asim Khan. What a cool opportunity. Pilley showing no mercy here on the junior.
6-1. 7-1. Stroke to Legends, 8-1 on the left.
Another stroke to Pilley, 8-1. Who's just laying it on thick here is Cam Pilley. Pakistan perhaps having a bit of a resurgence within professional squash right now. Of course, we have Jahangir Khan in the building, Asim Khan, Jansher Khan, one of the greatest players in our game's history, but none of who played in the modern era. Now we have Asim Khan taking the court here for the NSL All Stars. Noor Zaman, a very promising young talent on the PSA World Tour. Hamza Khan won the World Junior Championship a couple of years ago. Looking to make things happen on the Pro Tour now, so could be seeing a bit of that resurgence. Here in 2025. Got a good little rally here going between Pilley and the juniors. Some nice gaps
Stop the clock. That's
Pilley,
unbelievable.
too good
We
on
have
the
a
counter
substitution
drop.
for the Legend or the All Stars. Give it up for Azan Ali Khan.
Good rally for Ali to end on
We
there.
have a double substitution as well for the Legends. Please
Ali
welcome to the court for
insisting
the
that
All-Stars,
the,
Nick Spizzirri, and for the Legends, Thierry
the pistol
Lincou.
gets off court first. Good manners for Mr. Ali there, and a good effort, a good showing for the junior. The All-Stars are going to have some ground to make up here. Down 10-3, here comes Nicholas Spizzirri. World number 128.
Legends to serve at 10-3.
Greenwich, Connecticut, a Luke Butterworth product. 23 years old, a few months removed from conclusion of his college squash career at the University of Pennsylvania, where he won a pair of national titles. And he's had some nice scalpings here early in his professional career. Now doing battle
And 4-10.
with the 2004 world champion Thierry Lincou. A whopping 26 years separating these two.
11-4.
Lincou over double Spizzirri's age. But Lincou certainly holding his own. He's really pressing up the tee here, looking to volley, looking to take the ball early. There you hear Matthew cheering Lincou on, saying, "Go TT." TT, Lincou's nickname in his time on the Pro Tour, given to him by Amr Shabana.
13-4. We need to take
For
a
how
technical
tight
timeout.
Lincou
Everybody,
keeps the ball
so
to
we're
the side
gonna
wall.
pause the match.
TT
We have a
tight
technical issue
for
on
Lincou.
TV. We need to pause. So, technical
We have a
timeout.
stoppage due to a clock issue, it sounds like. Thanks to BG for the heads up.
Clock's paused at 13-13.
Got some Jeopardy music going
Clock is paused.
as we await the continuation of play.
You wish.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate asking this, but because of the Wi-Fi issues, if you guys wouldn't mind turning off the Wi-Fi on your settings on your phone, just so we can get the stream up live on the YouTube, that would be greatly appreciated. Sorry for the inconvenience, I really appreciate it. Myself included.
BG asking for airplane mode from the patrons here at K2. Some Wi-Fi issues. We know that the stream has been a little bit in and out, so we apologize for the inconvenience. Definitely not the fault of our friends at Home Team Live, who have done an exceptional job on the production side for the National Squash League. For over a year now, they've been doing pretty much all of the events from the production side. Doing just an awesome job. It's been a pleasure to work with those guys and gals over the past year plus, including at the NSL Finals this past summer at the Spectre Center. And that was a whole lot of fun. We had
We will
four
resume play in 2 minutes.
men's teams and all
2
four
minutes.
women's teams
Thank you, everybody, in advance for
there
the
at the
Wi-Fi
Spectre Center for
turning
the
on.
finals. It's cool to see the Newport Dragons doing battle with the Philadelphia Lightning in the semifinals of the playoffs this summer. That was personally my highlight, watching Mohamed El Sharbaghi for the Newport Dragons duking it out with his brother, Marwan El Sharbaghi, for the Philadelphia Lightning. It came down to just the two of them in the final third period. It was 1-all and 25-all in the third period, and just the two brothers, each with a power play at their disposal at 8 minutes to play when they both subbed on for their respective teams. It was the younger Marwan who ended up coming out with a victory. Those two have played in a lot of PSA finals.
We are ready to get back
in their
into
time
it.
on
Thank you,
tour.
everybody, for your patience.
But perhaps none more exciting than that matchup. In the semis, Marwan ultimately leading the Lightning to victory over the Beacons. Nick Spizzirri's team in the final, and a ripper from Spizzirri with the little mustard! Out of nowhere, right out of the break, Spizzirri. Thunderous from Berwyn, PA. Feeling himself now, going for the corkscrew from the back. And if that doesn't inject a burst of energy into this Berwyn crowd, I'm not sure what will. Excellent off the serve return on the backhand, too, for Spizzirri. Right out of the stoppage, the Wi-Fi stoppage. All-Star still with a lot of work to make up. Spizzirri should get some style points for that one. Here's the back wall boast from Lincou, who's read Spizzirri like a book into the front left.
6-13.
Spizzirri, as we mentioned earlier, just so steady, so unbothered, so consistent, keeps that ball so tight to the sidewall.
Up 7-13.
Once again, 26 years separating these two. Lincou maybe struggling to dig some of these balls back in the front. We'll see how much longer the Legends elect to keep him out there.
8-13.
These two both familiar with team squash, being heavily involved in college squash over the past several years. What a get from Spizzirri off the nick attempt from Lincou. That's tight on the counter from Thierry. This is a big-time rally, but Spiz is hanging on.
Stop the
There's
we have a
the error.
substitution for the Legends. Please welcome back to the court, Nick Matthew.
Spiz doing an excellent job of retrieving. Lincou saying to himself, what do I have to do to put this ball away? Finally, aiming a bit too low and clipping the top of the tin.
9-13.
The Legends still clinging on to a 4-point lead as we're near the halfway point of this second period. Here is the Wolf. Oh, and a scrape there from Spiz.
10-13.
An inch-perfect drop shot from Spiz, an inch-perfect counter drop for Matthew. Not sure how he was able to play that counter drop as tight as he did off of the quality of Spizzirri. And then Spiz with a frame winner,
11-13.
Stop the clock.
punishing that loose drive from Matthew.
Please welcome now on the court, Asim Khan.
That backhand put away, and Matthew signaling back to his corner. Perhaps looking for
11-13 on the left.
a power play potentially. Talking things over with acting Legends head coach Spencer Lovejoy. Matthew really looking like a spring chicken out here.
Yes, Len.
He is not breathing heavy in the slightest.
We have a one world squash power play for the Legends. Nick Matthew is the only one that can serve for the next 2 minutes, and Nick Matthew is the only one that can score for the next 2 minutes.
I like Matthew on the power play for the Legends, but I don't like them calling this power play against Asim Khan, who happens to be a really nice defensive squash player and also a bit of a time waster. Oh, quality for Matthew. 3 brilliant shots in a row. Khan like a sponge, taking some great gets, but the pressure was too great. That final put away there for Matthew. One point for the Legends here on this power play, who are looking to widen that gap here in the second period. Tight work there for Matthew. Point number 2.
15-11.
Oh my goodness, with mustard! And a voice crack from yours truly, Matthew.
16-11.
What a shot. With authority into the front left, Nick. 16-11, flipping the top of the tin. Here's Khan. Not Khan. Matthew has to serve every rally of the power play. Quick hands for Matthew on the volley. He's really pressing up the tee. Once again with authority, www.islotnext.com. Welcome to the show. Nick Matthew is making it rain. And we got to get some code of conduct involved here for Khan. I'm not a fan of these time-wasting tactics. Not what we want to see here in an exhibition match, nonetheless. Matthew's so explosive and quick onto the ball here. I'm so impressed with him. 45 years old. Pretty unbelievable stuff.
That is the end of the power play.
17-11 is the score.
Great touch on the backhand drop. And wanted one more Nick to close out the power play. He had the same reaction as me. Little, wanted that one badly. But nonetheless, the Legends are up 6 points here. Matthew going up the middle. The pace is rapid here. It's really picked up a whole lot, and the ball has softened up a little bit. Khan is now gassed, who's been on court less time than Matthew. He's guessed the wrong way, giving up the ghost. Matthew wants to keep the pace rolling, serving as quick as he possibly can. Khan was defending the power play.
We have a substitution for the NSL All Stars. Final substitution of the period. Please welcome
checking on
the spin bender, Knudsen.
Khan did. And now he's going to outlast him. Here comes Knudsen. This is a really fun matchup. We know how quick Monty likes to play and his explosive shot-making ability. Looks like the All-Stars might be out of this thing, especially after that gorgeous volley for Matthew. This could be a sign of things to come. For the third period, a little behind the back from Knudsen. If it's a little bit more competitive at that juncture of the match. Matsu with that classic push volley drop in the back. Again with an absolute roller, flat as a pancake for the Wolf. He is en fuego here from K2.
22-11. And out, 12-23.
Excellent width from Mati there. Perfect on the cross. Matthew on that serve return, contorting his body. It looked like he was going to go cross, almost sending Mati the wrong way on that fairly simple straight backhand volley serve return. That is next level stuff from the three-time world champion. That's what separates the true greats of our game. Matthew now on the straight volley drop. Perfect once again.
Coming back on the court is Cameron Pilley.
Matthew posting about a half dozen highlight reel shots in that lengthy shift for Team Legends. An incredible showing to all but secure victory for the Legends in period number 2. That means that the third will decide it. And Pilley looking to stay loose.
And down. Okay, 26-12.
Oh, Mati into the 10. It was a roller. He wasn't sure if it was good. We couldn't see on the monitor here. Body's in the way. Mati with that big old wind up on the forehand. As we've talked about, unconventional technique, but you can't deny that it works for him. He absolutely wallops the ball. So much talent with the racket, and so much firepower taking the ball in short.
27-12.
These two really going blow for blow here. Mati with a cheeky smile. Nick Pilley, but at 42 years old, several years removed from retirement, Pilley can absolutely still wall up that ball. Doing some coaching now in Connecticut, over on the East Coast here in the U.S. He's shown us that he's still in match shape and can hang with some of the best players in the world.
Last minute of play in the
Impressed
second
with Matias's lobs when he's elected to use them here tonight. Another top spin on the backhand. It's a signature shot. Oh, and the little no look. That just clips the top of the tin. And Matias, once again, he hasn't gone to it too often, but when he's lifted the ball and he's tight on the front wall, he's been really accurate and put his opponents under a lot of pressure.
29-13. And out, 14-29.
20 seconds to go. Matias knows this one's over, but he's just looking to kind of stay loose.
And out, 30-14.
Stop the clock.
Maybe find a shot that he can throw up on his Instagram page later tonight.
And that's the end of the second period as we get a new ball. Final score of the second period, 30 to the Legends, 14 to the All Stars.
The ball has disappeared. And quite honestly, it's probably for the best. That ball really softened up, especially after Pilley and Matias were absolutely walloping it as hard as they possibly could. We probably are due for a ball change anyways here as we enter the third period between the Legends and the All Stars.
Who had a
1 point apiece.
fantastic
Here's
power
B.
play in that second
Lemon
period. Nick, you were known
with
in
the
your
Larry
career
Nick
for being
Matthew.
pretty steady, grinding, long points. How fun is a power play for you to just let it rip with no risk?
I was just telling Spencer, don't use me on power play. So thankfully ignored me on that one. I don't know, maybe it was just a reverse psychology. I said, I don't think this is my strength, so I'm just going to relax. And yeah, this game gets you stressed, man. So it's all about trying to stay calm and play as normal as possible. And I think you got me all wrong. I was such an attacking player in my career. Like, people just, they missed it.
So I'm going to give you a dream NSL matchup. Nick Matthew, Remy Ashore, Amr Shabana versus Peter Nickel, David Palmer, and Jahangir Khan. Who's winning?
I mean, can I have goals here on my team?
Who are you trading out?
I think like Rami's his injury record's a bit sus. So I want Gaultier because he's just a beast. You know? Gaultier will play. How long is an NSL match? 60 minutes. Gaultier will play like 45 minutes on his own, and then everyone else will play like the minimum. You know, Craig's a beast.
So who wins?
Any team with Gaultier.
All right, thanks, Nick. Good luck in the third period, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, reminder for the third period. You'll see here the total points is 1 apiece. This period is worth 2 points.
Driving the most important initiatives for the growth of squash in the United States.
One, two. Time. Legends to serve, love all. Yeah, Legends are serving.
Exhibition matchup as we're kicking off the 2025-2026 National Squash League season. Our first broadcast NSL matchup since the NSL Finals from the Arlen Specter Center back in June. The Philadelphia Freedom victorious in their respective title matchups on the men's and the women's sides. We're getting set for the 2026 season, the draft coming up this January in Cleveland, Ohio. Tickets should soon be available on the National Squash League website, nslsport.com. And here for the second year running, we have this Legends versus All Stars exhibition. Matias Knudsen lost the deciding point in last year's exhibition, looking to redeem himself for the All Stars. He's taking on Cam Pilley, Pistol Pilley, the former world number 11, one of the great Aussies in squash history. Won a Commonwealth gold medalist in doubles alongside former world number 1, former world champion 2 times over, David Palmer. It's a nice piece of deception there from Mati, poking that straight drive to the back right corner. Matthew really controlling these rallies here. Not sure how long the Legends are going to want to keep Pilley out there
Full up.
before this period starts to get away from them. Remember, they have unlimited substitutions. Matthew has really held his own against whoever he's gone up against for the All Stars. Pilley's had a little bit more trouble. A couple of big lefties
5 left.
That's the first in NSL
here,
history.
each of whom are around 6'3", 6'4". Tall glasses of water. Oh, thunderous from Pilley.
1-5.
Finally getting on the board in style with a gorgeous nick. Still trailing 5-1. 3 minutes now into this deciding period between the All Stars and the Legends. Matias Knudsen has a skill set that is perfect for the National Squash League. He's shown that these past couple of years. Now up to a world ranking of 54. But even this time last year, he was outside the world top 100 and was one of the premier players in the NSL just because of his attacking playing style, his ability. Oh, what a get. This is a rally. And a carry or a double hit or something there from Knudsen. These two now starting to put on a bit of a show, but Knudsen has that ability to check on and
3-5.
immediately raise the pace, raise the intensity of a match. He's excellent on the power play when you eliminate the risk. And you say, just go for the nick for 2 minutes. It's going to get you some points. So interested to see if the Derby City Colts elect to hang on to Knudsen for the 2026 season or if he'll have his name re-entered in the 2026 draft pool.
Out.
Really nice movement to the front. 3 times over from Knudsen. That lob just a bit too wide as it sails out. And Pilley now with 4 rallies in a row. I may have spoke too soon. It could be a stroke. That ball really sat up on the drop shot for Knudsen. Pilley's not happy about it. Not a great drop shot from Matias there. Could have very easily been a stroke, and Pilley could have had this thing
Stop the
at
clock.
5-all.
Substitution for the Legends. Now going back on. Quick.
Accurate
Nick
width or good fortune for Knudsen on the cross court there.
6-4.
And stop the clock.
That's
We're
up
also
for
having a
debate.
power play.
Pilley
by
comes
the-
off
by the
after a
or the
nice
All-Stars.
shift.
For the next 2 minutes, only Matias can score.
Here comes Matthew, and Mati calling his power play on Matthew, who's just checked on. Matthew maybe a little bit cold, hasn't played since the mid portion of that second period. So Matthew, no time to get eased into this third period, and Matias is going to look to take advantage. This is the one and only power play of the third period for the All-Stars, and now we're hopefully going to be able to see what Matias can do on the prowl.
Out.
Only the All-Stars able to score these next 80 seconds or so. Matthew not giving an inch, keeping that ball really tight to the sidewall.
9-4. On the left.
But Matias still out of nowhere. Fine quality, a serve up the middle.
10-4.
1 minute remaining.
Wow. Great weight of shot on the forehand, running away from Matthew into the back right. For all things considered, Matthew doing a nice job of absorbing pressure and hanging on in this power play. Matias going for the top spin, just clipping the top of the tin. 10 for the Legends, still with the power play at their disposal here in the third. Another 10 for Knudsen. Little shovel backhand drop. Putting Matthew on the angle now on the cross court and couldn't execute on the volley boast. Matias will go again. 2 more rallies on the power play. And it looks like
11-4.
it'll actually be just 1. This will be the final point of the power play as clock's expired.
Scores 11-4.
Why do you think that was a winner?
BG laying down the
Power
law.
play was over.
I need that manager.
11-4 on the right. On the right, sorry.
Power play had ended. Matthew arguing that he had a winner off Matias' serve.
And
Stop the clock.
He wants,
stop the clock.
he wants to be compensated
For
for
the
that.
All Stars now coming on.
Little gesture for Matthew there. Ball don't lie, perhaps, is what he's insinuating there. Here comes the American, Mr. Spizzirri, the Lake Erie Beacon. See if he can stand up to the former world number 1, the Wolf.
And
Once again is
6-11.
hardly broken a sweat. Normally sweating blood is Matthew, but he's hardly sweating anything. At 45 years old, 7 years removed from retirement, Matthew is looking like a spring chicken. 22 years old, separating Spizzirri and Matthew.
Yes, left.
Oh, fishy, perhaps.
6-11.
Yeah, Spizzirri's left that ball quite tight to the sidewall there, and Matthew maybe had a line to the ball. I think that's the lead is a fair decision. It's closer to no lead than a stroke, though. Matthew's hungry to bring his team a victory here. The All-Stars up 11-6, but the Legends still have their power play remaining, so that's an advantage that they'll probably look to hang on to. You'd imagine that there will be a stroke for Spizzirri. I think we're going to see Lincou check on for Matthew at some point, and Matthew will check back on to close out this third period, and we'll probably use a power play then. They're probably going to save it unless things get real out of control. Now, one way to use the power play, it doesn't always have to be an attacking tactic. It can be a defensive tactic to stop the other team from scoring points, stop the bleeding if one team's garnered momentum. This is a crucial point of the third period. Matthew really doesn't want to let Spiz run away with things here in the third. Spizzirri has a twin brother, Elliot, who is also working his way up the professional tennis ranks. The 105th ranked player on the ATP World Tour. So racket sports certainly run in the Spizzirri family.
And now 7-13.
Elliot, an individual collegiate national champion at Texas. Spizzirri, a 3-time All-American at Penn.
Stop the clock.
Oh, gorgeous. Touch from the Wolf.
From the Legends. Only for the next 2 minutes, Nick Matthew can score.
So the Legends electing to use their power play now. Plenty of time to spare. The wraparound boast from Matthew. He guessed right on the cross court, but so smart from Spiz to just go a little bit extra wide on that cross to wrap it around. The reach of Matthew there. A really high IQ decision from the front left from Spiz. Who's hanging around here, defending this power play well.
10-13.
And Matthews hit a couple of those awkward backhand drop shots against Spizzirri. You've got to wonder, given how accurate Matthew is, if it's intentional based on positioning. Spiz is a tall, lanky guy. It can be hard for him to sort of explode into the front left and then all of a sudden pivot and realize, oh, this ball's actually going to be further in the middle than I thought. Just kind of take a weird angle around Matthew. "40 seconds to go. The Legends would love to have a lead out of this power play. The trail 2. Spencer Lovejoy, the de facto coach for the Legends team this evening, cheering on
12-13.
20 seconds.
10-time British national champion Matthew, a flag bearer for Team England at the 2014 Commonwealth Games. A great honor.
13-all.
Oh, and that's gorgeous on the backhand volley drop. The Legends knotting things up at 13-all. This will be the final point of the power play. So no rush for Matthew here, but also no risk. Matthew with a little leg lift. Spizzirri playing that ball through the middle of the court.
14-13.
That is
Oh,
the end of the power play.
gorgeous.
Substitution for the Legends.
Excellent quality
Stop
from the
the clock.
45-year-old who now has lead
Giving them a 1
for
point
his
lead now
team
on court. Thierry
over the youngsters.
Lincou. Both teams have 1 power play remaining.
Here comes the Frenchman.
Legends serving on the left at 14-13.
11-time French national champion Thierry Lincou, who's a couple of weeks away from kicking off his 12th season as the head coach at MIT. College squash season less than 2 weeks away now. People may be wondering, how can I stay up to date with what's going on in the world of college squash? Such a great sport, but perhaps too little coverage out there. Well, you can start by downloading the Squash University podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Pods, wherever else. Hear myself and national championship winning head coach Gilly Lane break things down for you. Nick Spizzirri, an alumni of that Gilly Lane coaching tree. Penn has been the class of college squash these past couple of seasons. Lincou's got a strong MIT team this year that should be much improved from last season. He has even more college squash ties. His daughter, Paula Lincou, starting her freshman year this year at the University of Pennsylvania, playing for Jack Wyatt and the Penn women's team. His niece, Kara Lincou, plays for Trinity College. She's entering her senior year, and Kara actually won the clinching match for Trinity in the national championship last season. So college squash runs in the Lincou family. So he knows all about the team squash format. Now here in the NSL, we see so many college squash alumni loving the NSL because they miss that college squash experience that they can only really get playing for their national teams on the Pro Tour. The NSL giving these players another opportunity to participate in the team format in an incredibly exciting way. And Spizzirri with a bit of an eye roll after clipping the top of the tin. The 49-year-olds victorious after a grueling rally there against the 23-year-old.
Yes, sir.
Stop the clock. We have a substitution for the All Stars. Coming onto court now. Asim
Who had the whole court available to him there, putting up a little bit too much. Some contact, and Spizzirri appealing for the yes let. He receives it. The Legends clinging on to a 2-point lead.
15-13. Legends to
So we're
serve.
about halfway through this third period to decide the match. Lincou now serves away to the Pakistani number 3, Asim Khan.
Stop the clock. We have the last power play, the last One World Squash power play for the All Stars. Only for the next 2 minutes can Asim score, and he can serve from wherever he wants.
Let's go, TT. Hang in, TT.
So it looks like I was mistaken earlier. Apologies for me. But the All Stars will have not only a 2-minute power play here in the third, but also a 1-minute power play. So this being the final 42 seconds of power play for the All Stars. And the Legends should also have 1-minute power play still to use at their disposal here, is what that means. And how will the 49-year-old do? Defending the power play. He's done well so far in the first half of it. Oh, that ball looked good to me. That looked way good to me.
Balls out. That's all out. 15-16.
So in spite of the appeal from Lincou, the referee sticking with his initial discretion that ball was out. It took a moment for the clock to stop there. So Khan stopping, even though he knew that ball from Lincou was in. Smart from him, resetting.
You have to wait till he gets
Did Khan, knowing that he was in a defensive position, figures I'll just pick up the ball and start another rally.
On the left.
So some confusion now. The referee telling Khan he has to make sure Lincou is ready and set to serve the ball. Lincou waits there. Whether it was a yes letter or stroke in favor of Lincou, it doesn't matter. He can't score. It's smart for him, tactics-wise, to defend. There we see TT coming out. That ball glued to the right side wall on that forehand drive from Lincou. Oh, this is great defense from the 49-year-olds. Hanging in this rally. It's the final point of the power play. Can the Frenchman hang on? Oh, there's a fake. Another fake in Hausen from the Frenchman, but an inch-perfect liner.
We're going to substitution for the Legends.
From the 28-year-old from Lahore, Pakistan.
Pilley. The All-Stars have 0 power plays remaining, and the Legends have 1 left.
Good squish from those two. Here's Pistol Pilley for what you presume will be his final shift here, the third period.
17-16, Legends to serve.
The youngest member of Team Legends versus the eldest player of Team All Stars. 42 versus 28 here. On average, Team Legends almost 20 years older than Team All Stars. The Legends 45.3 years old between the three of them. The All Stars 25.7 years old on average. What an impressive feat it would be if we see this Legends team come out with a victory for the second year in a row over the youngsters. Speaking of podcasts, Cameron Pilley, no stranger to the squash podcast space, had that great show for about a year there with
the Legends are calling their
Daryl Selby,
final
Bobby
One
Dazzle,
World
called
Squash
Comments from the
Power
Couch.
Play.
That was
For
a
the
must
next 2
listen.
minutes, Cam Pilley is the only person
Can we get
that
a
can score
we get a
here.
campaign to bring back Comments from the Couch? Drop something in the live chat if you want to see comments from the Couchmaker return with Daryl and Pilley. And here is Pistol Pilley with the final 1-minute power play of this third period for either team. Only Pilley can score here. Asim Khan has done a great job of absorbing pressure and defending the power play thus far here tonight. I'm not sure about this decision. I feel like I would have waited to have Matthew check on and use the power play later then, but perhaps the Legends felt like the All Stars were building momentum and just wanted to stop the bleeding there on the momentum that the All Stars were building, not let the All Stars get any points for the next couple minutes. Nonetheless, not sure about this decision. Tactically, they have to have some words with Mr. Lovejoy after this matchup. See what he's thinking, what's going on through his head. And already, the final point of the power play is imminent. Maybe not. We're resetting the clock a little bit here.
50 seconds remaining on the power play.
Oh, it's a 2-minute power play. It's a 2-minute power play, not a 1. A little bit of confusion here. Apologies, but trying to do the best that we can. So Pilley still got some room to make something happen, but Khan has defended really well here. As has been the case throughout the match, defending the power play.
Stroke. 19 all.
10 seconds.
Khan leaving that backhand drop,
So be the final
floating,
point
and
of the
Khan
power
is gassed. He's almost given up here. What's going on? What is going on, and what is Khan doing?
We have a substitution for the All Stars.
Khan is gassed and really just couldn't even hang in for those last 20 seconds. That was a bit bizarre.
32 seconds of just squash.
$21-19. Yeah.
It's lagging.
It's lagging. It's behind. It's 21-19.
So the score is 21-19 in favor of the Legends after that power play for Pilley. Both teams out of power plays.
And out. 20-21.
The All-Stars with 1 substitution remaining. The Legends with as many as they'd like.
Stop the clock. We have a substitution for the Legends.
There's
Coming
the
back
air.
on for a Nick square battle. Nick. Matthew.
21 all.
Oh, you got to wonder, is that the last substitution of the match for the Legends? Matthew's been by far their best player here tonight. Lincou's had some nice moments. Neither Pilley or Thierry have really held a candle to Matthew here tonight. He's been stellar, hunting the volley. He's pressed further up the tee than Spizzirri is. He is hungry to take the ball early. Looking sharp as ever. Ball placement has been excellent. Hasn't showed any real signs of fatigue. Pace starting to slow down a little bit here as Matthew and Spizzirri are jockeying for position down the backhand sidewall. And this is Spizzirri's bread and butter, keeping that ball tight, closing the court down with his straight length and his high crosses.
Stroke to Legends.
Should be a Strokenhausen. Yeah, that ball just
22-21.
plays too far in the middle of the court. Some mesmerizing squash there. It's a big-time rally. Not a super labored rally for either of these guys who are really just, once again, jockeying for position in the back of the court. Not really going for too much in the front. This is some taxing squash here. I mean, this is exactly what you would think both of these guys want. It's an excellent put away from Matthew. Yeah, it should be a no let. Quality was too high there. I mean, these two really love exchanging length above the service line and just hunting loose balls for volleying opportunities. That's where these guys win their rallies. So it's a fascinating battle because playing styles are so similar. It makes for some really aesthetically pleasing squash.
No leg.
Oh, he may have taken the wrong line there.
Wrong
Yeah,
line to the ball's behind you.
it's the right decision.
23-22.
I absolutely agree. I think that the line was behind.
Next one, here we go.
Unfortunate for Matthew, but it's the right call. There's the error. 24-22. Folks, it is tight here from K2. We could be in for another cinematic finish as we were last year between the All-Stars and the Legends. Remember, it came down to the final point between Matias Knudsen and Nick Matthew last year. You'd imagine that the All-Stars are saving that final power play. Excuse me, that final substitution to bring Matias on. Both players wanting to stop. Was there contact or was there a sweat patch? What's going on?
I can't see the court serves.
We know that.
Thanks.
Matthew cheeky with the official. Yeah, a little sweat patch.
Just because there's only 4 minutes left, ref, just on that last call, what should I have done? Because in PSA, that's a stroke these days. Right.
The reason I didn't give you a late was that the ball had come beyond him. You went into him instead of going around behind him. The ball was clearly behind him. You took
agree.
the wrong line.
He's quite a big guy.
He is. But the ball was behind him. That's why there was no light.
I wish I had that.
4 minutes and 56 seconds remaining.
That classic quick wet there for Matthew.
All Stars 24-22.
I can't see the court. The referee says, yep, we know that. Replies Matthew, but I do agree with that decision.
Hand out.
We play on now. Oh, excellent from Matthew.
Substitution for the Legends. Coming on now. Thierry
Elmer's glued to the sidewall on that drop shot.
Legends to serve 23-24.
Kept it so tight and so close up to that front wall. Great touch. Left that so short. Did the Wolf to cut the deficit to 1. 24-23. Interesting that Lincou's coming out here. Will he close the match for the Legends with only 4.5 minutes to go? Maybe he's just giving Matthew a quick breather. Spizzirri's still on. I believe that the All-Stars should have one more substitution. Look for Matias Knudsen any moment here to come on to close things out for the All-Stars. With only 1 point separating these two teams. This is not one of those scripted exhibitions. It just feels like everyone really wants to win this, and it's amazing that once again it's going to come down to the wire between these two. You'd be hard-pressed to find any players on the Challenger Tour with better accuracy to the back of the court than Nick Spizzirri.
25-23.
We have the final substitution for the All-Stars. Matias.
Error for Lincou. And here comes the spin bender, the world number 54. It's Matias Knudsen. we mentioned was 113 in the world this time last year during the Legends versus All Stars exhibition. Had a mega season, working his way up the rankings. Of course, had that huge upset over Greg Lobbin at the World Championships back in May to make it to the second round of that event in Chicago. Won some tournaments on the Challenger Tour, some 12Ks, some 15Ks. Now looking to find himself as a mainstay on the PSA World Tour. Shouldn't have too many issues qualifying for coppers and bronzes, but he's to start making it into those platinum draws, hopefully, in the months to come. So Lincou, yeah, on for about 90 seconds.
Matias Knudsen versus Nick.
Just to give Matthew a breather.
History is
Breather, a
repeating
breather
itself once again,
with
ladies
a PH
and gentlemen.
check.
Can Matias
I'm
avenge
just
his
so
loss?
excited for this matchup.
We will find out.
26,
Just heard it from BG, even though I was talking over him very rudely. But this is a matchup. It's a rematch of last year's contest where Mati on for the Young Guns against Matthew for the Legends. It came down to the final point. There's a good show of sportsmanship from Matias because there was some controversy with the clock. Matias said, we're going to play one more rally. The Legends were down 1. Matthew won a point to tie the score up. And then they played a sudden death point with Matthew, which Matthew won once again. So good sportsmanship from Mati. It may have cost him the victory this year. He's hanging on to a 3-point lead with just over 2 minutes to go. We'll see how he fares. And Matthew
24-26.
on the backhand with a little flick into the front right. Absolutely delicious. Cutting the deficit to 2. Matias really on his toes here. And it looks like he's actually reading the wolf quite well, but nothing you can do about that shot.
Seconds remaining.
An excellent kill from the former world number 1. Up the middle goes Matthew. Here's the boast, the counter drop from Knudsen. Now jockeying down the backhand side.
$26.
Big rally. There's the error.
1 minute and 5 seconds remaining.
Matthew tight again. Matthew 4 straight
40
points
seconds.
since Matias has checked on. Under 40 seconds to go.
Up. 28-26.
20 seconds.
Nick Matthew at 45 years old. Hanging on to a 2-point lead from Knudsen. Knudsen, the clock is a factor here. He's got to win a rally quick and get a serve off. Can Matthew hang on? This has to be a winning shot. And Matthew digging that ball back with the lob. The error from Knudsen. Nick Matthew
The
with
Legends win
6
once again,
straight
29-26 in the
Close
third
out the
period.
match for the
Nick
Legends.
Matthew does it once again. Everybody, give him a round of applause for all the
Wolf
players. This is
feasting
awesome.
here tonight from K2 Squash, and for the second year in a row, the Legends victorious over the NSL All Stars.
I invite all players to come on court, both sides, All Stars, Legends. Coaches, players.
BG Lemon, who really weathered the storm tonight, did a great job as our master of ceremonies, waiting for
Everybody
both teams
look out
to
for
get
the
back
We got
on
some
court
free
here.
hats coming in from Head Squash right now. Coming on right now. Come on court. All players, coaches, come on court. All participants.
What a contest. It came down to the wire yet again. Shots had squash. Getting some gear for the NSL faithful in attendance here this afternoon. Let's hear from BG and our
ladies and gentlemen, once again, give it up for our players.
NSL All Stars here on his right.
That was so fun. Thank you to everybody. I'd now like to invite onto court the president of One World Squash Foundation to say a few words, Jahangir Khan.
Good evening. It's a privilege and honor for me to be here this evening, and of course witnessing the Legend and All Stars in action. Proud to be and supporting the One World Squash. I believe it's a great initiative for upcoming players to prove themselves and to use these facilities. I'm sure one day they can be a world beater and world-class player. I also would like to thank every individual person who are involved with this One World Squash and supporting the initiative. I'm sure with their support it will grow more bigger. I also would like to thank Cameron Khan and congratulate him for taking this initiative. I'm sure with his passionate and love for this game, it will go more bigger and bigger. So my best wishes to everyone, and thank you for having me here. Thank you.
And now we're going to speak to the winning team, the Legends. Thierry, we'll start with you. We're going to talk to everybody. Thierry, what are your initial thoughts? This is your first NSL match. What are your thoughts on the format? How did you handle it out there? Was it different? Was it harder? What did you think?
To feel different with kind of that tension of expectation of putting the teammates down and sort of survive them, like getting absolutely injured or sorry to the disappointment, but the formatting adds a little bit of pressure, honestly, because you want to do well, you want to get points, but some more recent goals, so you're just super fun.
Do you feel like it's similar to college squash, the camaraderie, the teamwork, and things like that?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And that's why it's amazing when you're purely professional, that probably is super welcome.
All right. Now, on to Nick Matthew. Now, Nick, same situation as last year. You and Matias, except it was tied this time. Last year you were down 3 points and still won. This time you had at least a tie game. Were you nervous? What were you thinking?
I don't know, it was you actually. You gave me a pep talk to thanks for that. You said, look what last year again. And you told me to tell the players that just to try and get into his head.
I told you to keep it tied at least. You got to go and win.
To try to get mind games to it, because that's all that we've got at 45 the experience. We don't have the legends anymore, but we've got those, we've got the know-how. But I enjoyed it. To me, it was totally different. This is the third time I've done it, totally different. In the past, I've started off in the first period, kind of letting out, and then maybe by the end, sort of really hanging on to the legs, the body, and with the soft start. This time, we kind of held it back a little bit, and it kind of came in at the end. So, different ways to do this game every time we play.
Well done, you're 2-0. You're now Nick, the closer, Matthew. Cam, you were actually a last-minute substitution in this match last year. You got invited back the second time and played very well today. How was it this year compared to last year, now that you actually knew what was going on?
Yeah, it was nice to know this year. Yeah, it was great. Like, huge thanks to everyone for putting us on and the invite back. It was great to be part of this team with Thierry and then, 2 more champions. So it's a fantastic team to be part of. But yeah, just well done. Congratulations to everyone involved in running this. Thanks for the invite for everyone here. Like, it's a great concept. NSL, and it's only going to get bigger and better. So
Thanks, Cam. And finally, our coach of the Legends, CEO of the NSL, Spencer Lovejoy. Spencer, you're officially 1-0 now as a coach. Are you thinking about abdicating that CEO throne and becoming a coach?
Honestly, I'll have to think about it because this was the first time coaching an NSL match officially, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I mean, working with these guys is awesome. They talk to them, we gave some strategy, and you know, obviously all credit to them today. I mean, these guys are absolutely putting in all the minutes today, you know, and all obviously having amazing careers on the PSA World Tour. And it's just such a special thing that we can really engage them and continue to, you know, do events like this, and they can come play beforehand and still evolve. So, you know, massive credit to Cam, Nick, and Thierry for big performance today. But yeah, you know, coaching it was blessed. So.
Well, congrats on a great event, and now it's my pleasure to welcome Jahangir Khan to present the trophy to the Legends. And now we have souvenirs also for Khan, Kate Zedek, and Sudhir Niak. Please come on to court and accept your gifts and souvenirs from Jahangir Khan. And then I'll ask everybody to come together on both sides for one group photo. And we're going to have one last photo with the crowd in the background, with Matias. Crowd, make sure you go wild in the back. Hands up, smiles. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for coming today. We have one last thing we're going to do. We have a cake here for everybody. We're going to have Jahangir cut the first slice. This is the One World Squash Foundation cake. And afterwards, I think we all get a piece. And we have an announcement from Jahangir as well.
I just learned and heard from the Kama that we will be having a PSA event here next year with the prize money $15,000 and $6,000. the place. So hopefully we all going to see you all again. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw today, we are on Instagram at NSL Sport. We also have the Philadelphia teams, the NSL Philadelphia Lightning, NSL Philly Lightning on Instagram, and then the NSL Philadelphia Freedom as well.
A wonderful announcement from Jengar Khan that next year K2 will play host to a 50K ESA event. Good to hear. Always good to have more pro tournaments, more opportunities for pros to compete and earn prize money. And that'll be the case here in Berwyn, Pennsylvania this time. Next, great to have greatest of all time, Jengar Khan, Mr. 555 in the building for tonight's matchup. And for the second year running, the Legends proved that they've still got it. Cam Pilley, Thierry Lincou, Nick Matthew, led by Spencer Lovejoy.
Once again,
victorious
thank you to K2 Squash
over the NSL All
Thank you to
Stars.
the One World Squash Foundation for sponsoring this event.
It's a valiant
Have a
effort
good day,
there
everybody.
from
Thank you.
Matias Knudsen, Asim Khan, and Nick Spizzirri, but that gorgeous golden trophy we see in the right hand of Mr. Lovejoy there belongs
Tea, coffee, cake, help yourself
Team
to
Legends.
Thank you all.
Thanks to our friends at Home Team Live for their production magic today, working through some difficult circumstances. For BG Lemon, I'm Jackson Bragman. Thanks for watching the NSL live on YouTube.